Today we take a look at some interesting cases of police actions. On June 2nd, 2023, Officer Mitchell from the Pellis County Sheriff's Office, while on patrol duty, claimed to have observed a white SUV speeding in the distance. Despite being unable to catch up with the fast-moving SUV, she opted not to pursue the driver and instead maintained visual contact from afar. This account from Officer Mitchell raises questions, as she asserted that the driver was speeding but was too distant to pursue, yet she still managed to monitor the vehicle. Subsequently, Officer Mitchell trailed the SUV until it entered a neighborhood and stopped at a residence. It was at this point that Officer Mitchell activated her lights and exited her patrol vehicle to initiate a traffic stop.
New Jersey tag, I'll advise. Hi. You know why I'm stopping you?
I mean, no.
You know what the speed limits are? Because I've been trying to catch up to you since Seminole Boulevard.
I don't even know where...
Okay. So when you're on Seminole Boulevard, before you get to the triangle, then you go off to Madeira Beach, and then you go around, and then you made your right-hand turn here.
When I go over the bridge you're talking about?
Before that. So on Seminole Boulevard and 68th Avenue, you're doing 62 and a 45. And then you continued at a high rate of speed over the bridge, the Tom Stewart Causeway, the drawbridge there.
I use my cruise control over half the time, and I don't even understand right now. Like, if I was speeding, like, why wouldn't have you, like, if I was speeding all the way over there, which I wasn't, like, why wouldn't have you just pulled me over all the way back there?
Because I can't drive recklessly to put other people in danger to put up with you. Can you please have a seat back in your vehicle for me, please? And then may I have your license, insurance, and registration, please?
Ma'am. Alright, I gotta call my dad. I'll talk to you later. No, I don't even understand. I've literally been home. Just stop. I need to call my dad, and then I need to call my lawyer, because this is literally ridiculous.
Echo 2, you copy a 28. Can I have your registration and insurance, please?
I'm pretty sure my registration is in the house. My dad drives this car.
Okay, then have a seat back in the car so I can handle all of this.
Hey, so this officer just...
Have a seat in the car, please.
I'm on our... Can you just look at our... I will, just please.
Okay,
I'm just trying
I've asked you to do that 3 times now because this is a traffic stop.
I'm at my house.
The 22-year-old medical student who was driving questioned Officer Mitchell's decision to conduct a traffic stop right outside her house, given that the alleged speeding occurred far away. Officer Mitchell's response about avoiding reckless driving to initiate an immediate stop raised concerns about consistency in police actions regarding speeding vehicles. While officers can follow a vehicle for a reasonable distance, Officer Mitchell's delay in stopping the driver, especially in a low-traffic neighborhood, raised questions. The legal standard for a traffic stop requires specific and observable facts, not just suspicion. Assuming valid grounds, the driver complied, but Officer Mitchell still escalated the situation.
I told you to sit in the car. Sit in the car, please. I've asked you multiple times.
I need a supervisor right now.
Sit in the car.
I'm not saying another word from you.
Put your hands behind your back.
He's detaining me right
Put your hands behind your back.
What's going on over there?
Ow!
Let go of your phone so it doesn't break.
My dad's literally... My dad literally is with the DA. Do you want to do this? Do you really want to... Ow! No, you're really...
160th Avenue in Reddington Beach.
But my guys are breaking now! I'm gonna literally sue this idiot bitch!
Reddington Beach on Charlie 51.
Call our lawyer right now! Right now, my dad! Ow, you're really hurting my fucking arm!
Don't move.
Oh, she threw her body cam! She threw her body cam on the ground! Why did you throw your body cam on the ground? You're a liar! I've been moving into my house. You're saying I'm speeding under... I swear to God, he's an idiot.
Daughter.
Echo 10-10-4, she's 10-15.
Oh my god, I've never experienced this in my life. I've been pulled in my house this entire time. Yo, you pulled your body camera off. Guess what? You should turn it on because you literally pulled your body camera off on top of my...
Ma'am, because you were resisting, it knocked it off. And don't worry, my car camera recorded everything.
Okay, record it. I requested a supervisor a minute ago. Over 10 minutes ago. Tell me your supervisor's name.
After analyzing the incident, several important points stand out. Officer Mitchell's decision to order the driver back into his vehicle during the traffic stop was an unusual one, as standard practice requires ordering people out for safety reasons. Although the driver complied, the situation escalated when he got out again, leading Officer Mitchell to use excessive force, including forcibly taking the driver's cell phone and aggressively restraining him. This use of force appears unjustified under the relevant section of Florida law, which authorizes force only when necessary to protect from bodily harm, apprehend fleeing felons, or arrest felons fleeing from justice. The compliant driver, who even mentioned his father wanting to speak to Officer Mitchell on the phone, did not exhibit any threat or aggression that would warrant such force. Officer Mitchell's actions were disproportionate to the situation and not justified under the circumstances stated.
Sergeant Tacey,
What is your name and your badge number?
Deputy Mitchell will be on your citation and your arrest report.
I'm in nursing school.
Well, then if you would have complied, you wouldn't be in this position.
Are you her supervisor? I'm in nursing school. I have 4 months left. I've been pulled into my house. She said I was speeding all the way in something called Seminole Boulevard. I've never seen her car. She did not have her lights on. I've been pulled into my driveway and she pulled in my neighborhood, told me to get out of the car. Knocked her body camera off. She just put it back on and threw me against my car. How many times? I don't understand what is happening. Like, I don't understand why she had to be so aggressive. I've never had any trouble with the law. Like, what is this?
Ma'am, I've explained it to you multiple times.
You told me I got out of the car to give you my registration.
You have a seat in the car, and you said you wouldn't because you were on your phone.
No, I said I'm about to get in the officer. Your body camera, if it was even on the whole time. Get back in the car 1 second. My dad wants to say something to you. He was on speakerphone, and you threw my phone on the ground and told me you were detaining me, and now I'm arrested. And now you don't have anything to say. Like, I'm literally 22.
Then you should obey the law.
What do you mean? Just because you told me to, I was getting in I got in my car when you told me. I got the stuff. I thought it was in the house. I got my registration and I gave it to you. I got out of the car and I handed you my registration.
I explained to you multiple times. You were given multiple lawful commands, and you did not comply.
Pick me up at if you're arresting me for real, like, please, like.
Yeah, your phone will come with you.
Officer Mitchell falsely claimed that the driver did not comply with lawful commands. However, the driver, while confused and asking questions, followed all instructions given. It's common for people to seek clarification or express confusion during police encounters, which does not indicate non-compliance. Therefore, Officer Mitchell's assertion does not align with the facts of the situation.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Like, I'm getting in trouble, like, I don't know what this even means, like, what is it? I don't know what getting, like, seriously, like, what does arrested mean? Like, what is my arrest? What am I getting arrested for, though? Can you
Obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
Obstruction of the law. I gave you multiple lawful commands. You did not follow them.
Ma'am, I got in the car. I literally told you my dad is on speaker. I'm about to get in the car.
And then you got out of the car, and I told you to get back in the car, and you wouldn't. So this is why we're where we're at.
Ma'am, literally, please, like, I'm not even trying to, like, lie. Like, you literally told me to get in the car. I got in the car and I found the registration first. If you have a camera on your car, I opened the door and I showed you I waved it to you.
And I acknowledged you.
You came over to me and I handed you the paper. And my dad's on the phone and he was trying to say something. Wait, I'm about to get in the car. My dad wants to say something to you. You said,
Well, you stay in the car
No, wait.
until your traffic stop is complete, ma'am.
What?
You need to stay in your car until your traffic stop is complete.
I've been pulled into my driveway this whole time, and then you turned your lights on, like.
Yep, because like I told you, I'm not going to drive reckless like you did in order to cut people off to get up to you. I maintain visual with you. I saw you make your right-hand turn. I see you right here. You're still in the car, so I conduct my traffic stop.
One of you, I honestly,
Got it?
do you understand for somebody my
Just
entire
obstruction.
life?
The driver was absurdly arrested for obstruction, which involves actions that illegally hinder or influence a government proceeding. However, in this case, there was no obstruction as the driver was compliant and did not interfere with any legal process or duty. This arrest appears unlawful and suggests an abuse of authority by Officer Mitchell. The situation worsened as the driver's rights were further violated.
It's gonna be over? Officer! I'm begging you. What's happening now?
Your vehicle's being searched.
For what?
The odor of marijuana.
No, seriously. I'm serious. I'm a good Christian.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I was in the process of getting one in New York, but I haven't been.
Okay.
My dad has one. And he's the one who usually drives that car, so I really don't even know why you're asking. I don't even know. What is she doing? Evidence bags I'm so confused.
Yeah, that was in the back seat. So.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The footage shows several officers conducting an extensive search of the SUV, seemingly to find additional charges against the driver. Their claim of detecting a marijuana odor raises suspicion, as it's often used as a pretext for vehicle searches. However, it's important to note that courts have ruled that the smell of marijuana alone does not justify a search. Despite recent legal changes in states like Maryland, officers still conducted the search because the driver was arrested, even though the arrest was unlawful. Law enforcement can conduct warrantless searches in certain situations, such as inventory searches or searches incident to arrest. However, since the arrest was unjustified, the search was also unjustified. This violation of the driver's Fourth Amendment rights protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures without probable cause supported by a warrant. Therefore, the officer's actions in conducting the search without proper justification further infringed on the driver's rights.
We're here?
The van's gonna come pick you up.
A van, are there gonna be other criminals in there?
Potentially.
Stop!
Just relax.
How can I relax?
It's
I
just gonna.
have 2 months left of nursing school, and now it's gonna be on my record. I won't even if I can continue school, I can't even take the NCLEX. I can never even
For what?
work with
Why
it.
wouldn't you be able to take that?
Because if I have a misdemeanor or anything, they don't let me.
Look, fact of the matter being,
You can't be a medical.
I know multiple people who are in the medical field who have felony charges.
Yeah.
All right, well, look it up. I swear to God, look it up online. You won't be able to take the NCLEX, the National Board Nursing Exam, if you have any.
fact of the matter being,
Look at me right now. This is so.
stop. You're gonna get yourself stirred up. All right?
I am.
I know, but fact of the matter being, these things generally don't go anywhere, and they throw them out. Just relax, get through it. They'll release you in a couple hours, and more than likely, this will go away. All right.
Oh my God,
The driver was placed in a police van and taken to the station, where she was booked and charged with speeding and obstruction of justice. While the obstruction charge was dropped, the speeding charge for going 15 to 19 miles per hour over the limit was upheld in court. In 2018, Two men from the Unprofitable Servants Ministries were peacefully preaching on a public easement outside a church, not causing any disturbance. Despite a noise complaint, Officer Robert Blunk responded, but was there to investigate, not make an immediate arrest, as a complaint doesn't always indicate a crime.
Sir, we're not on the property.
Hi.
Tells the truth. We should be telling the truth.
Do you have a permit?
Dwelling in truth.
Need to see your ID, please.
Is there a reason why, sir?
Yeah, loud noise complaint?
Yeah, well, do you have a noise ordinance number?
We do.
Okay, what is it?
I need to see your IDs,
No,
please.
we're asking for the noise ordinance.
I'm asking you for your IDs.
Sir, I'm asking you a question.
I'm not. First off, I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Well, if
I need to see your
Why you need to see
identification.
my ID for?
Because you're creating a loud noise disturbance.
So
I need to see your ID.
Do you have the ordinance number, though, sir? If we don't give you the ID, will you
Yeah.
arrest us? Yes, sir?
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, without an ordinance number, sir?
Yeah, at least.
You're interfering with my investigation right now. Remove yourself from my investigation, or I'm going to put you in jail.
Officer Blunk's hostile approach indicated he wasn't there to investigate, but to escalate. He demanded ID from Mr. Aaron due to a noise complaint, despite their rights to freedom of expression under international and U.S. laws. The issue of loudness was the main point of contention, escalating tensions from the start.
At least show us our ordinance.
Doing
Why
something
you so hostile, sir?
I'm not
wicked
hostile.
in the sight of God. This is an abomination.
I need to see your identification, or you'll be placed under arrest.
If I don't,
You'll be placed under arrest.
That
But why
lying
don't I
lips
show
are an
you my ID?
abomination.
You're both
to the
making too
Lord.
much noise out here.
but do you have
not-
the compliance? Because we have.
I don't need to show you the code to arrest you on it. Now give me your ID or go to jail. Those are your two options.
The Bible
Give you my ID.
says
I just don't want to go.
that
Sir,
all
I need to see your
liars-
ID as well. You're making too much noise now
I'm not doing
too.
anything illegal.
I have.
And we're not using.
I'm telling you, I need your ID.
Amplification,
I'm not using
sir.
amplification. I'm using my voice.
I don't
I'm
care.
exercising my freedom of speech, sir.
Right, I get that.
So you're gonna
Oh,
arrest me
right,
for
sir.
exercising my freedom of speech?
You can't.
Excuse me?
It's in the Bill of Rights, the
You're
Constitution.
gonna arrest us
Freedom of
if,
speech
if we're
is one of
exercising
our
our freedom of
rights,
speech
sir.
on a public sidewalk on an
The
easement.
problem is that we have a noise ordinance.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm using my voice, sir.
It doesn't matter if you're
Yeah.
using your voice. You can still be too loud, and people can still complain about this.
Officer Blunk gave Mr. Aaron an ultimatum: provide ID or go to jail. Regarding the legality of Mr. Aaron and Mr. Christian's actions, it's crucial to note Texas Penal Code sections. Disorderly conduct requires notice from a magistrate or peace officer about noise being a public nuisance before someone can be charged, which didn't apply here as they weren't warned beforehand. Additionally, failure to identify only applies if requested by a peace officer after a lawful arrest, which wasn't the case here. Therefore, the officer's demand for ID was unconstitutional, and both Mr. Aaron and Mr. Christian had the right to refuse.
So exercise.
You actually were standing on the property.
This is not.
I'm not going to argue the
Sir,
point.
This is an easement right here.
Your ID, sir.
There has to be an easement.
The Bible
And
says
then if I don't give it to you,
You're going to jail, yeah. So what's it going to be?
in the lake of fire. This
is unlawful,
lukewarm
sir.
Christianity.
212 clear. Give me another unit over here.
We claim to follow Jesus Christ.
because I'm telling you, if it was something else, a family event, they're spreading music, we could complain too, right?
That's absolutely right. Need to see your
And
ID.
would they be arrested if they didn't show you their ID?
What are you going to complain on?
That is too loud. We don't like it.
Who's too loud?
I'm just saying, in the instance, if somebody's playing music or we can.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's the same thing. All right, you have my ID.
I'll be right back with you.
Be ye separate, says the Lord.
Sir, I need to see your ID.
Sir, I'm not doing anything unlawful.
Actually, you're standing in a public roadway.
No, actually, so where's the easement? Because I can't stand on their property. The utility line's right there. So if
I'm telling you, I need to see your ID, or I'm going to put you in jail.
Okay.
One of two
I'll
choices.
give you my ID, but if you're not, you're.
I need to see your ID
Okay,
now.
I'll
I'm not
give
going to
you
sit here and argue with you.
Okay, well I got that all on film because we can take this.
Good, I do too.
That's fine. We're not doing nothing illegal, sir. We're not doing nothing illegal. What you're doing is unlawful. You're violating our freedom of speech. You're violating our freedom of speech, sir. All right? You
Thank you very much. Come on, stand over here
You're
with
being
him.
used by the devil right now. You're wicked, sir.
Well, what if I tell you I don't believe in God?
Well, you're gonna go to hell.
Good.
You're gonna burn in hell. if
Join
you
me,
don't
won't
repent.
you?
That's why you're being used by the enemy right now.
Mr. Aaron and Mr. Christian were on a public easement that allowed public use of certain areas owned by others. The first issue concerned noise nuisance. However, their freedom of speech was not inherently offensive. Officer Blunk could have politely asked them to keep their voices down instead of escalating the situation.
If you don't believe in God and you die in your sins, man, you're gonna go to hell, man. And Jesus died for you, man. He cares about you. You know that? He loves you so much, man.
Texas
He loves you so much, man. He cares
34678804.
about your
Aaron
soul, man.
Urbanski.
He cares about you, man. He died for your sins, man. You're 30 and he rose again on the third day. Do you believe the gospel?
Hang on a second, please.
Do you believe the gospel, sir?
Texas 44002893, Leonard Gaffney.
See, if this wasn't real, you wouldn't see the spiritual warfare right here.
I don't have any idea where you can park this. I'm dealing with something else over here.
Because the truth is not being told inside this lukewarm congregation. This is a lukewarm congregation right here.
Hey, shut up.
Jesus Christ is coming back with vengeance.
I'm fixing to put you in jail on a noise ordinance violation.
Jesus Christ is coming back to destroy sinners.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
You can't arrest him just for speaking.
Really?
Use my freedom of speech.
Absolutely, I can. I got a noise ordinance complaint.
I'm using my freedom of speech, sir.
Turn around, place your hands behind your back.
I'm using my freedom of speech.
Turn around, place your hands
So
behind
you
your back.
arrested me for using my freedom of speech?
I got a noise ordinance
So you're
complaint.
gonna arrest me for using my freedom of speech, sir?
I'm about to.
I got it all on camera. Hey, just
Hey,
take my
see this right here?
Yeah.
I got it right here too.
Hey, go ahead and take my camera. You call Connie. Yeah, no. No, if he's gonna arrest me using my freedom of speech, that's fine, man.
He wasn't finna arrest you.
No, I am fixing to arrest him. Turn around, place your hands behind your back.
Let me go ahead and get my
That's
camera,
unlawful,
man.
man.
Let me go ahead and get my camera.
That's unlawful, sir.
All right, turn around, place your hands behind your back.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and take a picture of it too, Lenny.
Nah, thank you.
Take a picture, man. Hey, I'm gonna get my phone, man. Hey,
No, you're not going to give anybody anything.
I'm gonna get my phone. You get my phone in my pocket. Can I get my phone, sir?
In a minute. In a minute. In a minute.
He's arresting me for using my freedom of speech, sir, on a public sidewalk.
Well, it's a noise ordinance violation. That's the problem.
This is against the law right here. He just said he hates God. He doesn't believe in God. And he's arresting me? This is what's coming, sir, to America. Preaching the truth for Christians.
And this is
coming.
This is what's going to happen. You guys are not ready for the tribulation. When we get persecuted, the Christians are going to be outlawed. What are you going to do? You're going to fight for your life? You're going to try to save your family?
Hey, Mike, go ahead and take a picture, man. This
Woe unto you. Judgment day is coming. Jesus is coming. You're not going to be ready. All of
Who do you want to give your phone to?
To him right there? Hey, Lenny.
This is what's going to happen.
Can you take the phone? Yeah, the code's 5569. Go ahead.
This is sad. Oh, none of you are Christian.
Mr. Christian was arrested for allegedly violating the noise ordinance, which we've discussed didn't apply in this situation. It's worth noting that Officer Blunk initially focused on Mr. Aaron and instructed Mr. Christian to step away from the investigation, making Mr. Christian's arrest even more questionable. To arrest someone, a police officer must have probable cause, meaning there must be facts and circumstances indicating criminal activity. However, no such activity occurred here, making Mr. Christian's arrest a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable searches and seizures. Officer Blunk's behavior during the arrest suggests a misuse of power and potential retaliation against the men for asserting their rights.
What would Jesus Christ think about this?
If I didn't break no law, man, and he's arrested.
You're arresting a servant of the Lord?
I wasn't even using amplification. I'm using my voice. You can't use that freedom of speech.
Well, see, here's the thing. After I told you to stop because I had a noise ordinance violation,
Give us any ordinance number.
I don't need to give you an ordinance number. Look, that's yours.
Go ahead, Danny.
That's mine.
This yours? Okay. There you go.
Go ahead, Danny. Get a picture, man. Cleveland police, man. Cleveland police arresting for preaching the truth, man.
So here's the deal. Like I told you when I first got here, I had a noise ordinance violation complaint. You were actually on that megaphone when I got here. Okay? I've told you to quit. You got off of it. That's why you're not going to jail. See, he kept going. That's why he's going to jail.
Sir. I wasn't on the megaphone.
This guy kept yelling.
Yeah.
This guy kept yelling after I told him to stop. That's why he's going to jail on a noise ordinance violation right now.
But you don't
Okay?
have no-
I've asked you to stop and you did. At this point, they've asked you to leave the property.
This isn't their property, though, sir. There has to be an easement. This is our freedom of speech right here. This is our First Amendment to exercise our freedom of speech on a public sidewalk. If there's not a sidewalk, there's an easement where the utility line is. You're doing something unlawful right now because you hate God, because you don't believe in God, sir.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's what you said. What if you don't believe in God? This is
I asked you.
man. Okay.
All right, let's go to my car over here.
Yeah, go ahead and take the mic. That's fine. This is wicked. Lukewarm Christianity. Lying lips are abomination to God. This is abomination right here.
Slide in. Let's find out if
Did you get my
the
keys too?
we'll find out if the congregation wants a criminal trespass warning issued.
Sir, I wasn't on their property.
Actually, you were.
No, I was not.
See, the
How am
criminal
I on
trespass warning only deals with curbs and stuff like that. We don't deal with any of the.
Yeah, but I was not on their property,
You
sir.
actually were.
No, I was not, sir.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to tell you you were.
That's right. You know what? The Lord is my shepherd.
Slide over this way just a little bit. Yeah, I didn't run this guy in the gray.
Future repentance? No, you're not.
Yeah, and also find out if we want a criminal trespass warning issued.
You want a criminal trespass warning issue? To me, this is church property. I don't see any sidewalk.
Well,
Yeah.
if the curb gets tore up, we're the ones that got to fix it and pay for it. So.
How far onto the property did it come?
Andy was out here with them too. Right here. He was following her over here. And,
Talking to me, so
he was right over here.
They were both within 6 feet.
Inside,
times too.
Yeah,
off the roadway.
yeah, off the roadway.
Did they go?
Yeah,
Because that's where they were.
so you'll get that from him.
I want her to do it.
Oh, yeah, but I'm going to run him up to the jail.
Yeah.
Okay. When you identify a guy in the gray and issue everybody these 2 criminal trespass warnings, I'm going to issue him a criminal trespass. I'll write everything up if you'll just get him ID'd. And
Okay.
Mr. Christian and Mr. Aaron were about to be given a criminal trespass warning, despite not being on private property, which was another false allegation.
all right, well, I'm going to let you know on video that you're being issued a criminal trespass warning. You are never allowed to set foot on this property over here again at any point in time again in the future. If you do, you'll be arrested on the spot. Do you understand that? Actually, you were. Well, I'm not going to argue that point with you. Little something you might take into consideration for future reference. Just because you can do something and have the right to do something doesn't mean it's always a good idea. You were offending all those people that were trying to go in and worship their God the way that they want to.
Hey, Club, what subject do you have? North Oklahoma County?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
You're on the in car.
I think we're going to have an appropriate charge of criminal trespass because they were on the church property and a representative of the church asked them to leave the property and they failed to do so.
Okay, so additional charge of that?
Yes, I think I'm going to detail that. I'll get the written statement on that, but it seems appropriate to me. Everything that clearly appears to be church property here.
Okay. I will do it.
So, did you ask McQueen to get a statement?
I asked McQueen to criminally trespass those other 2.
You didn't ask him to get a written statement?
Not from the other 2. No, not from those guys. No.
All right, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, bye. Hey man, I know how you want it to. I know you want it to be in your favor and you want it to be your way, but it's just not going to be that way today. Well, we'll see what the judge feels about that when you take it to court. Oh, absolutely, it still is. It's recording right here on me. I didn't say I didn't believe in God. I asked you what if. It's my right to believe whatever I want. You absolutely are. Actually, it wasn't, or you wouldn't be getting put in jail. Well, but yeah, by you. It doesn't. So you admit, did you know there's a noise ordinance? Actually, there's not. There's a noise ordinance. There's not a decibel meter, a decibel level in there. And I don't know if you guys think that cops have to tell you the ordinance number and all that stuff. If you do, you've been watching too much TV. I don't have to tell you anything other than you're under arrest. No, actually I don't. Well, you're right about that. That's why you're under arrest, is because you actually did do something. Both. You actually were on their property, but I'm not going to argue that with you. You can tell the judge how you feel about that and the easement and everything else. Easement only has to do with utilities and drainage and that kind of stuff. It's still that person's property, whether or not there's an easement or not. You weren't putting any kind of power, lighting, or drainage. Therefore, you don't have any right to be on that property. Walk on the side of the road right there. Well, there's no sidewalk there, so yeah, I guess that's what you do.
Mr. Christian was taken to the Johnson County Jail and released after some time. The incident took place in 2018, and Mr. Christian allegedly initiated a legal procedure about 3 years after the incident. However, under Texas law, the statute of limitations for similar incidents expires after 2 years. The case was therefore dismissed in April 2023. Links to the original videos can be found in the description. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care and stay safe.